One. What's up, world? Welcome back. I know. Happy holidays. Your two favorite guys from Brooklyn, I was about to say Brooklyn, Queens, and the Bronx. We're back. Over Food Podcast. We did a little mental check. Holiday season. I feel like
We took another break.
yeah,
That's it. We
yeah,
took another
yeah,
break.
yeah. I don't really. We don't get paid to like tell you guys anything because everything we do is based on like us.
We took a
We
break
get out
because
how we
we
feel.
fucking can.
Yeah.
Because we
Welcome
fucking
back.
can.
Episode 45, I believe. Yeah, episode 45 and over.
Really? I thought we been did 45.
Bro, honestly, I
Damn, man.
don't even remember episode 20. So
This is why we don't take breaks.
let's see.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Bro, it's always good to take breaks. And also, yes. All right, let's introduce ourselves because it feels so out of place. I am Mo Glow, coming live from Jamaica, Queens, 11435 to be exact. Land of the El Salvadorians at Kings Park. Home of the Jamaican flavors with the jerk chicken sandwich. Home of Sports World. Home of Jamaica Hatland. Fuck Jamaica Footland. Home of the Jamaica Center bus terminal. That's a piece of shit and it smells like rat poison. Home of 50 Cent. Home of a lot of wild shit, and we here.
Is your co-host, half of the Over the Food podcast, Edsel 40 ounce, live on the 10453, the Bronx, land of Fat Joe, land of Squad, land of Big Pun, land of hip hop, land of Fordham, land of Platform NYC, land of Burnside Avenue, 183rd Street, the Grand Concourse, 170, West Farms, Westchester Square, South Bronx. You already know what it is. We out here.
AOC, holler at me.
Not AOC.
Yo, that's a beautiful
week. Listen, man. Yo, Foxy Brown, I love you. I've had a crush on her since I was like 7, bro.
All right, since we're doing this, who I had a crush on? I had a crush on like mad weird chicks, like Jessica Alba, obviously J Lo, Lil Kim. It's crazy to think about it. As a boy, I liked it Angela way more than niggas like Topanga. I thought Angela was just a way better chick than Topanga. Like Topanga was the main star, but I think like Angela is the type of woman I want. Like she got swag. Topanga can't dress.
I can't remember much of Boy Meets World.
Yeah, but yeah. Before,
but by the time I was able to like realize I was watching Boy Meets World, I think they were already like teenagers. I think they were teenagers and going into adulthood.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Sipping on this motherfucking Clico,
I watch more of. I mean, I know it's a little older, but I watched a lot of Saved by the Bell.
I was more of a Malcolm. I mean, after Boy Meets World, I was a Malcolm in the Middle because my life was based on that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. You got any shout outs before we like start doing, because we always started the episode with a shout out? Because we've been going for 2 weeks.
It's January 31st. By the time we're recording this, so I want to first. I mean, I'm gonna do this at the end as well, but shout out to all the essential workers. It's been a long ass fucking year. It's been a year full of BS. So shout out to all the people that work at bodegas, supermarket, the traffic offices, medics, nurses, EMTs, building supers,
SoundCloud rappers,
SoundCloud rappers.
Niggas
anybody who created a business, anybody who was able to keep their business afloat, anybody who was able to reach new heights, new careers, anybody who was able to get a house, anybody who started a family, anybody who
a lot of niggas started families in the midst of this shit.
But just shout out to everybody, shout out to everybody that was able to survive the pandemic, and shout out to anybody who fell into depression and was able to get the fuck up and was able to just wake up to another day each and every single day, because we all know it's fucking hard. The world is just a big ball of bullshit, and I'm happy for everybody who's watching this. I'm happy for anybody who made it out of their bed every single day. The world is a better place because you are here, and we're glad that you're here, and we couldn't have this wonderful planet that we're on without you.
Damn, if Uncle Murder don't say that in that wrap up song, he failed you. Yeah. Yeah. Piggyback off of that. Yeah. If you made it to this moment, that's an accomplishment. Fuck what people tell you if you didn't get your creative side on and COVID and whatnot. That doesn't matter. As long as you're alive, you're breathing. Your parents, your loved ones is there. Your people's there, because it's like a lot going on. And it's like this episode, we're not attacking no pop culture. This is strictly just like a reflection episode. But my shout out is basically to, like, I shout these guys out probably like almost every time, but my probably top 3 favorite podcast probably ever. What's a Good Guy? Just reached a 200 episode on Monday, and
taking a picture.
Damn, I was trying to get serious, but yeah, they made it to episode 200. I remember like listening to them when they first started out. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, it's kind of hard to keep up with all the episodes, because sometimes like I live in my own bubble, and sometimes like I don't sometimes I feel like sometimes I forget to listen to their episodes, and sometimes like I go through this like rabbit hole of just like binging all the episodes. But I just remember like the other day when they dropped like the You're Such a Feminist episode, like back in like I think like 2017, if I'm not mistaken. I remember they dropped that like 2016. No, it has to be 17 or 18. I remember they dropped that, and like at that time I was only cool with one of the co-hosts. His name was Don. We went to high school together. Shout out Don, probably one of the coolest dudes I met in high school. He was probably one of the first dudes I saw in high school with Tisa. Like, was my senior year, was his junior year. He was one of the few dudes that was sporting Tisa. Like, he was ahead of the game with majority of us. So shout out Don. LA, he's been guiding me through this podcast thing since he found out like I was actually doing podcasts. This is before you even came on, Edsel. So like to see these guys go from episode 1 to episode 200 is an accomplishment. And it's like, I know that's a lot because you're doing something 200 times out of your life, like 200 weeks out of your life. You're dedicated. They never miss an episode, and that shows their commitment. And I'm proud of those guys. So yeah, shout out to What's a Good Guy podcast.
Shout out to the brothers. What's the Good Guy? That's the dudes. They're like font and logos in gold, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely seen them get a lot of push on my Twitter from my boy Nick, who's been featured on their podcast before. Shout out to those guys. I continue seeing you guys get pushed around on my Twitter, and that makes me super happy.
In fact, the actual first episode I ever listened to from What's a Good Guy was the Valentine's Day episode, because my homie Don, like I remember being at Macy's and like Don reposted that. I just remember, but the episode that I love the most is actually with is either What's a Good Girl or I'm looking for the episode. Fuck. I'm fucking. What the fuck? I want to get a. Hold on, I'm trying to get it. I think it's but it's like but I've been a big fan of them. I'm proud of those guys. And 200. Hopefully, one day we will get to 200. That's me and you. But that's an accomplishment because like they look like us, they come from neighborhoods like us. So
anytime you do stuff like this and you're able to get to triple digits, that's always an accomplishment.
Yeah. So I'm taking this shot.
I mean, even when you do one episode, that's an accomplishment. When you get to 10 episodes, that's an accomplishment. So anytime that you do something that you love and you wake up every single day to improve it.
Yeah. Like I was listening to the end of the year. I was listening to the end of the episode.
I wish you would have done kind of a wrap up type thing, but
this is what the episode's about. It's a self-reflection of the year.
No, it's a self-reflection, but like you said, you didn't want to really write down any topics for today specifically.
Yeah,
You wanted
because like we're basically be talking about our year.
Yeah. You want, like I'm talking about like, music, movies, pop culture, anything like that wrapped up.
All that falls into that. I just don't want to like jot it down and go by bullet points. But yeah.
But I guess next year we could do more one that we write down.
Next year when people when people are gonna be locked up for unemployment fraud.
Like homie who decided to make
y'all niggas though. Yeah. If I was y'all, I would have bought stock in Casamigos.
Yo, Casamigos. No, you have to buy stock on Casamigos and Clase Azul.
Yeah, and Azul. But sipping on this motherfucking Clico.
And any business that was out here selling slushies, man.
Word.
Because them motherfuckers made a lot of money this summer.
Everybody fucked up paper this year. All right.
Let me get myself. I'll be right back.
Oh man, this nigga's about to go watch porn. Yo, are you watching Call of Duty? Some nigga play War. Are you watching Devin Booker play Warzone?
No. I just got this on the background.
Warzone, bro. Devin Booker is actually nice.
Nah, it's this dude called Finn.
Is that a Supreme hoodie?
Yeah, that's the location.
This nigga got money.
Yeah. But yeah, I just got this shit on the background, really. I just like to have some shit.
Lie. That's how, like, as much as I love Friends and I love the Boondocks, I use them shits as background noise. I be waking up to random Friends.
Bro, I've seen Friends like 12 times. And it's strictly
Friends a lot of times. But yeah, how was your holidays? Those 2 weeks. 2 weeks we was off.
It was cool, work got a little busy over the holidays, but that means a lot of money, a lot of hours.
It's crazy. I'm asking you that question. I saw you like almost every day. Yes, me and Edsel work right around the corner from each other.
Basically. Christmas is cool. I was very excited to last year my niece was 1 year old, so she was like not really like dancing too much or giddy because she was still learning how to walk. But this year she was all over the place, and I got her a pair of Fire Red 4s for Christmas. And when she opened it, she was super excited about it. So she put the battery in my pack. I was already gonna get myself into a predicament when my nieces and nephews started them young with sneakers, but she really put the battery in my pack. So I'm gonna go broke with her, and that's cool for me.
I did the polar opposite. You know what I do? All the shit from work that I don't wear anymore, I just send it back to Guyana. And my nephews and ball out.
That's not bad.
I know. It's sometimes I send them shit I never even put on my body.
Yeah. So
it's just like it's weird to see a nigga keep getting white ups every 3 months. It's kind of like, yo, am I in prison? Hey, shout out my nephews. Shout out my 3 nephews. I'm proud of y'all.
Shout out your nephews, man. Back in the motherland.
Yeah. But yeah,
how was your holiday though, man? I know you don't do much and you just think about it as another day, but how was yours?
First of all, I was tight on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I got into a little predicament. I think I told you on the side where like I was actually down on some paper. I mean, I got that shit resolved, whatnot. I got majority of my money back. I'm still fighting that case to get the other bread back, but I was down sad on Christmas Day, and like that whole week, like those 2 days before Christmas was like kind of like weird for me. Like I was getting upset, like little things was getting me upset because it's like as much as I tell people I don't value money that much, I just don't like people taking money from me. And it's like, yo, it's he doesn't care that much. I'm just gonna take it. I just feel like that, like that's a no-go for me. Like I'm a giving person. I always give people my last dollar, like whatever they need, I'm always there for them if I can do it.
Yeah.
So I was down on some paper. I was kind of sad that whole day. I remember like my pops came downstairs because I live in the basement of the crib. He came down. He's like, yo, we're going to do a toast of Christmas. And I was like, yo, my heart's not in it. Like, I was like, yo, I just want to chill, to sleep, just get my just let me zone out. And it's like, West Indian parents, they feel like you tell them no, it's like you trying to kill them. So like
Yeah.
upstairs, my older brother was there. It was great to see him. Because like it's kind of weird because my older brother and my pops, they don't have the best relationship, but it's like they don't hate each other, but it's like it's not the best relationship. But to see them in the same place, toasting up, it was great. So like that was probably my biggest highlight of my Christmas. But to me, the greatest thing I got for Christmas was actually the three items I actually got for Christmas, and one of them came from you, which was like I told all of my homies like I don't like Christmas. I definitely want a gift. So it's like if you give me a gift, like I'm honored that you thought of me that way, but it's like you didn't have to do that. So
Yeah.
I was Christmas was good. I mean, I got rest. Now that like I'm getting shit situated with my paper, I'm in a good mood now. So yeah, slipping on this.
That's what's up. I was also able to spend the 25th with my girlfriend and her parents and
You got pepper pot?
her family.
Not the queen.
Of course, of course. Um, that was a very good experience. It was super dope. I enjoyed myself always. They always treat me good. So, um, had some pepper pot, had some griot, had some mac and cheese, rice. The whole nine.
It's crazy. My mom got mac and cheese upstairs in the crib.
Mm. I miss my aunt, man. She's the only person in my family that can make good mac and cheese.
Yeah. My mom is all right. My mom is probably one of the best cooks I ever encountered in my life, and I'm not even lying. My mom does a hell of a job. It's just like, well, my mom is very like West Indian, so like she would make like dishes that like she would make anything out of dish. Like she would take like a pumpkin and make like a pumpkin type dish. Like I remember like she did like some like pumpkin shit with like niggas in America they call it eggplant, but like back home they call it boulanger.
Yeah.
So like she twisted them shit together. I always hated that shit, but her friends, people in the neighborhood will always love it. So it's like my mom, like she's good at cooking. I mean, I get certain traits from my mom when it comes down to cooking. Like I can make good fried chicken. My mom showed me how to make like shrimp pretty well and whatnot. I'm still learning how to make her style of mac and cheese, but
I don't think I think there's just certain dishes you can never get like your parent, man.
Yeah, that's true. You definitely got a point. That's why I was like, you got to cherish them when they're here, and still try to like lock eyes on how they make their stuff.
Yep. But parents don't like, especially Caribbean parents. No matter where you're from in the Caribbean, they don't like having nobody in the kitchen.
Nah, my mom, I think she's over that stage. My mom actually likes like some of us in the kitchen.
Mom.
Like she's at that age. Like my mom is a much older woman, so
yeah,
like, my mom like she appreciate the small times. Like sometimes like for instance, like the TV that obviously we share the same Amazon Prime account. So the TV that I copped off the account, I gave my mom my old TV. And now that she has that TV, like she's even more happy that I gave her like my older TV. And like now I notice now, my mom, she used to hate when I would go out a lot, but she knows now like when I'm home, like she don't have to come down and check on me. As long as I'm in the house, she's like fine with that now. Like so it's like I'm starting to understand like how like my mom is finally understanding like like I'm gonna do whatever I want as long as like I give her like her time. Like my mom, sometimes my mom like she just want me just to be in the house, just to like just chill for a couple minutes, like because I remember it was a point, bro. Pre-COVID, bro, my mom would never see me. My mom would never see me. Like it was a point, like I would probably come home like 4 a.m, go to bed, and then wake up and then just go right back to what I was doing. Go back to work, do all that shit. So it's like, no, fuck COVID. I don't want to say shout COVID, but yeah. What did you? I mean, What did you get for Christmas?
I guess I'll start off with one that's easy. Got some Supreme trousers
Yeah,
from,
nigga looking
courtesy of my brother Mo.
like.
Made my life a little easier.
Hold on, sir. Hold on. It's about to be midnight in New York City. It's about to be midnight in New York City. Midnight in New York City. Midnight in New York
Yeah,
City.
they're really still doing the ball drop, man. That's crazy.
Yeah. You can't take that away from the city.
True.
It's the greatest city in the world.
I bet they invited some essential workers. So,
Yo, I'm just saying this. Yo, Congress, I know y'all may never listen to this podcast.
It's about to get to 10, so I guess we could just count it down. 10, 9,
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday, Edsel. Happy birthday, Edsel. Fuck that. Happy birthday, my nigga. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, my brother. I really appreciate that. Cheers, my brother.
Cheers. We here. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's to podcast listeners. Happy New Year's to all the homies. I could probably name all of y'all, but y'all know my love is everlasting for y'all. So yeah. And shout out to God for like making us like I'm not a religious person, but like I understand why people say God is the greatest. Whoever they pray to is the greatest. Because like that person's, yo, no lie, no homo. Yo, my skincare routine is looking immaculate in this
camera. Man, I fuck my shit up every fucking day, man. One week I'm looking good, the next year I'm not.
Yeah, man. I'm actually happy that like because if COVID wasn't around, I'd probably be on 23rd Street trying to get in the Ace Hotel, lying to the fucking nigga like, yo, I don't got that much money, even though I got. Yes, Dad.
What? Oh, we got it live.
Hold on, give me a second.
We got Pops live.
Yeah. I'm doing something. Oh man. Shout out to my parents. Yo. I'm here. Nah, I made it back. I was talking to my pops.
Yeah.
Giving my dad a hug. Yes. And all of that will be in the recording.
Shout out to Pops.
Where did we left off just now?
I should have.
You're talking about your Christmas.
My presents and shit. So, Supreme trousers courtesy from you, brother. Thank you. You just made my life a little easier. I was debating whether I wanted a pair, especially at that price.
Like a slut.
Baby girl held it down.
Shout out to Queen.
Her family gifted me a couple things, the polo shirts and stuff like that, which I actually needed.
Loren polo or regular polo?
No, Loren. Needed some polo shirts. My mom got me actually a book that I really, really wanted for a while, a photo book, The New Black Vanguard. So I'm going to be studying this. There's a particular direction that I want to take my art with, and this is going to help me a lot. So, shout out to all the photographers that are here. A lot of these people I look up to already, even before the book. So, I'm grateful for that.
About myself, I never study any photographer in my life. Like all the photographers I like are like people that I actually can see and touch.
You should I mean, you don't have to study a whole bunch. You could just like study 2 or 3. You should just. It's always good to see a different variety of
Nah,
photography.
don't get me wrong. I look at a lot of photos and I'll be like, yo, this is a dope photo. I never ask myself like, who the fuck took this photo? I think that's the beauty of it, like me not knowing who took it, because like you know me, like when I find out someone did something, I'm gonna I go all the way back until like it was like born to like figure out how like they arrive at that point of the photo.
Yeah.
I guess it's my goal for my Christmas present. All right. Okay, America. Everybody, all the homies know I'm a big NASCAR fan. Well, not a big NASCAR fan like I once was as a kid, but I'm big on the NASCAR graphic. I'm just a big graphic T-shirt connoisseur. So my beautiful brother over there, Edsel, got me this Kyle Busch tee. Pretty dope. It's authentic also because it's come from Chase Authentic. That's basically if your NASCAR shirt say Chase Authentic, it's from the venue. So I appreciate that. It's just like this is beautiful because like this shirt is from like 2012, so it's it's not it's not quote unquote vintage to like the newcomers, but it holds the value because of how the picture of the shirt is, and it's like it got an image in the front and the back, which is rare for like
I
NASCAR.
didn't even I didn't even get to open it, so I didn't even know how to. It was double graphic.
Yeah, most NASCAR graphic T-shirts of the modern day, they're not
Yeah.
double image. They're like front and like it's even if they have a front image, it's very small. So like I got that. I got these up tempos. It's been like every New York City kid or kid that live in the urban community has gotten this shoe, and it's like you if you're a Nike basketball fan or like a fan of like the Chicago Bulls, this shoe holds a lot of value in your heart. What else? Yeah, so I got like 2 more to go. One of my favorite dunks of all time, Veneers.
Veneers.
Come from the Ugly Duckling pack in '01. Obviously, I know a lot of the purists is gonna say the purple and the swoosh is off. It's much lighter, but the fact that like in '01 I was only about 9 years old, so it was like I'm just happy I got to like I'm still living that dream of like everything I couldn't get as a kid I got now. So it's like it's the beauty of that. So yeah, one that. The last one that was like following the Christmas line for me. This shoe, if you guys follow the Mood Board Archives, which is like which to me is one of the best archive pages on Instagram. You guys should like get up on that. If you see this shoe here, I don't know how they got this picture. I don't know how they got this picture to be featured.
I don't know how they got mine either.
Yeah, I don't know how they got this featured, but like I took a really dope photo of Kobe Bryant's NBA 2K17 photo with this shoe on, and Grinch Kobe sixes. A very beautiful shoe. My only beef with it is when fucking Bleacher Report put out that dumbass article saying that this shoe was one of the most coveted shoe that year when it came out, and it was not. It was definitely the LeBron 8s. I just want to let you remind you guys that the LeBron 8s were way more covered than the Kobe.
South Beaches.
No, it was the Christmas LeBron 8s that came out.
Really?
Yes.
I always felt like people love the Grinches more than like I know.
No.
I know the South Beaches were like stupid that year
after Kobe left. Like later on, Kobe 6 was not a covered shoe. Like people didn't care. People didn't care for Kobe's until the Kobe 7s.
At that point,
huh?
I could have sworn people were loving Grinches.
No, no. But if you go around and judge it all the time, LeBron's shoes were more dominant at that time.
Maybe that was just me. I mean, yeah, LeBron's line was a little more dominant at that time, but
it's still dominant. LeBron's line is still dominant.
I mean, no, of course, but I'm talking about in that time period. I know LeBrons were dominating. I just always felt like the Grinch was. I mean, personally, the Christmas LeBron 8 is a good shoe, but it just wasn't that crazy for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
no,
a all, like a all
I
green
get it. It may
shoe.
not be crazy, but the most coveted shoe that day was the Christmas LeBron age. Because y'all remember 2010, that was LeBron's probably most hated year. He was on the Miami
Yeah,
Heat. Everything he did, people wanted to like struck at it. And the Christmas LeBron age had the green laces. That was,
yeah.
it was a beautiful Christmas red. So it's like when they did that, I was like, yo, this was definitely not. The Christmas Kobe sevens were covered more than the Christmas LeBron nines. I get if they had put out the Kobe sevens and they did that article, I would have understood because the Christmas Kobe sevens was one of the kind. They had the sock line in there, but I have the sixes.
The Kobe 7 Christmas had the cheetah print
Yeah,
looking,
the
and it was like
purple,
purple with green, right? Purple green. It had some brown or something, right?
Yeah, it was like a soccer shoe.
Hold on, I'll do this right now.
And I'm gonna say, yo, we going into a new year. Please leave that StockX tag where it was at. Please leave that motherfucking StockX tag. Please, my niggas. Please, my niggas.
3, 2, 1.
All right, but yeah, more of like less about Christmas and more about this year that we call 2020, which it could be perceived as whatever you want, but I'm gonna ask you this: before March 14th, how was your year going?
Before March.
Yeah, before.
It was looking promising. You know, we were working on our third issue of the magazine I run.
What's the name of that
It was
magazine?
looking pretty good, man. Streetland magazine.
Uh-huh.
You know, just we were working on that, and that was one of the things I was very proud of, and I was waiting, and I was excited to take it to the next level, and then you know the pandemic hit or whatever, but you know I'm working on spearheading our third issue, which will be my first because my boy Justin, who's our founder, spearheaded the last two, but I told him, listen, I wanna do creative direction for this third one. So it's something new for me, and that's what I'm gonna work on in 2021, man. So just be on the lookout for that. But during you know the latter stages of 2020, I finally found something that I want to do with my life, or one of the things that I really want to do in my life. I finally think I found what I want to do. So let's see what's up.
Mm-hmm. My life before March 14th, I feel like
I was also losing hours at work during that time. So
for me, I just remember like for me, March 14th is when like um before March 14th, I just remember I was just riding the momentum of my first ever trip as an adult in my life, which was like November of 2019. I just remember like building a much closer relationship with the co-host of the show at the time. Shout out Stevie. And like I just remember just riding that momentum into like 2020. And I just remember like having this whole year planned out, like yo, like I'm gonna take like whatever I did in 2019 and just elevate it even more, like to another level. And um it started off looking great. I mean, I actually got into like learning film photography mid-January. I just remember like it was like a playoff Sunday, a football Sunday. I remember it was you probably don't even remember this day. I actually posted it in my story today. You had on that orange jacket with the Detroit Tigers hat and the black cement threes. And I remember like I actually one question I said, yo, Edsel, what I was like, yo, Edsel, what film do you use? And he was like, either use a portrait film or like use like Ultramax. And like that was like we was close, but like we're not as close as how we are, like how we speak every day.
yeah,
But like I just remember like I took that little conversation I had, and you know how niggas be like, yo, apply pressure. I took that and I like started using that more. So like from that day on, I stopped using Kodak Ultramax. If anyone knows, like from
I
that day
think I
on,
remember that conversation. I
yeah,
think I remember that.
I remember you told me you was like low key in a rush because you was trying to get a Preem because we was on Spring and Mott, right across the street from the Spring Mart. This is before Spring Mart took away their grill out they fucking bodega.
I
Fuck
wonder
yeah.
what I went to go. I wonder what I went to go buy that day at Preem.
I don't know, but yeah, we was all on the move. But yeah, so that was looking promising. I remember going to Memphis, going to visit like my best friend Rob. Shout out Rob. Had a ball there, and like now that it's over, all in the midst of all that, like my pops and I was going through a little rift with our old landlord. I'm actually happy we're not there no more. Granted, like the governor he extended that shit where you can't like kick people out, but niggas is out here wilding. I read an article like a couple days ago where someone burned a building down just because people wasn't able to pay rent and like they couldn't kick them out. So we was going through a little turmoil shit with like our old landlord, and like I went to Memphis. And I just remember like we was actually supposed to move like March 13th. Our last day in that crib was supposed to be March 13th, and I remember like they was shut like my job like March 13th or 14th. I think it was my boy Steven's birthday. And like he was chilling at Max Fish, and then I remember he hit the group chat up like, "Yo, come chill to the city." And I was like, "Yo, bro, they're about to close shit down. I don't think we can." I was like, "It makes no sense for me to get dressed and make it." And then my mind was racing at that time too, like, "Yo, what's my next movie?" Because my pops wasn't telling me what was going on. But COVID happened, and without COVID, I will legitimately say this show would not exist anymore. I'm 100% honest with everyone. COVID gave me the time to think about everything I could possibly do to not fucking go crazy. Like, or because I never thought about suicidal or anything, but COVID kept me thinking about how things can get better for me. And like ever since I did that COVID episode with my boy Dave and O'Neill, a 2-part episode, like things just became emotion. You came on, and now we're here. So that was life before COVID.
Man, it's crazy. It's crazy to see how much things have changed either for the better or for the worse for some people. Some people made the best of it, other people didn't, and that's okay if you didn't take advantage of the times. Of just sitting back and reflecting, because it's a really fucked up year. Some people haven't taken vacations in 5 years, and they needed this time to, regroup themselves. And I will not judge you for the way that you spend this year. Fuck everybody who tries to say if you didn't take care of, if 2020 didn't bring out the hustler in you, that means it's your issue. Yada yada yada. Fuck those people. If you want to take the year off, take the fucking year off.
Don't let niggas with 3 boxes tell you what your life is.
Man, don't let niggas that scam put you in a box, man. Because at the end of the day, everybody gets money in a million different ways. I don't judge how you make your money, but at the end of the day, who are you to tell people how to make money or when to make money?
That's definitely true. But yeah, life before COVID was interesting. But name 3 things you learned from March to today.
What was that?
Name like 3 to 5 things you learned from March till today.
I learned that emotionally and mentally, I'm actually stronger than what I think I am. I learned that not everything goes as planned as you think it will. So you always need to be on high alert and just always need to be ready to just be able to make a ladder move, a lateral move. Just always be ready for adversity. I learned that it's okay to not always be. I learned that it's okay to not be okay. What else did I learn this year? I also learned a little bit of money management. I learned how to become better at money management, and um, I learned to not dwell on on how people make me feel, um, and not to hold grudges. It's okay to just move on. I understand that sometimes you may feel a certain way for a while, and that's okay, but you shouldn't dwell on those kind of things. So yeah, that's something. That's 3 to 5 things I've learned.
3 things what I learned this year is that like don't take stuff personal, even though like Michael Jordan told us he took stuff personal. I learned this year that like even though like I knew people always supported me and loved me, like not everyone is gonna support you. And like you should cherish like the ones that do support you, which I learned this year a lot. Like I took into consideration like that episode that we did with Brent and Rios, like when Brent like it was like, yo, we gotta start giving like when he's like he had that segment, he's like, we gotta start giving Mo his flowers for the things he did. Like I never thought about like my like every time I do something, I never think about myself in it. So like to see people like so like say like say good things about me is kind of like it's still a rarity thing to me because like I never think of like what this person actually think of me. So it was I learned that. I also learned that like I learned that like that like the way I used to approach life, like just like telling people is on them and just move on, was kind of wrong because like I may be mentally strong to do a lot of things, but I shouldn't expect people to be as strong as I am because everybody go through different things, and every man go through. We all go through the same shit, but it's like different. It's different avenues of the same shit we go through. So
Yeah,
I shouldn't expect someone to feel the same way as me, and I shouldn't like make. I shouldn't use this like if I don't feel a way, you shouldn't feel a way. And I also learned that like sometimes like I have to learn how to stop trying to please everyone, like trying to make everyone happy. And which
yeah,
I'm coming to like realization of that today when I was on the train and I was thinking about like all the shit I did for people and some people are still like upset at me for what reason I don't know of. But so like that's what I learned this year. I just learned that like bro, like take it one day at a time, and it's like as long as like you put your best efforts forward, it's like it's gonna happen. It may not happen today, it may not happen tomorrow, but it's gonna happen if you just like the young nigga said, keep applying pressure. But yeah, that's what I learned this year. What was like one of your highlights of this year?
one of my highlights. Um, I guess I'll do two. Um,
Oh, you can do your 5.
was able to drop the second issue of my magazine, which was amazing. We had Gianni Lee, uh, Marlon Taylor Weil, um, Jada Lorraine, etc. As part of our interviews, part of our pictures, and that was super dope. It felt so. Um, at that point, we didn't know that the world was going to be what it is right now. We were just getting ready to roll into issue 3. And then my other highlight would be I was able to shoot 2 music videos this year in the span of like 2 to 3 months. That was very dope for me. Got my creative juices flowing, and I'm very happy about that.
Mm-hmm.
In a world in a year that didn't bring in too many highlights for many people, I'm super grateful for that.
Yeah, that's dope. Um, for me, I think one of my biggest highlight was actually doing that photo shoot that I did, and Then in Central Park, like I was pretty like I was just shocked that like I actually got like invited to it, and I actually got paid for that shit. Like I look back, I actually did get paid for it.
Yeah,
Which like my first time actually like doing something and making money off of it. Nah,
yeah,
it's not the first time I did something to make money, but doing something that like I actually like doing. Like I tell, yes, a lot of people say like, yeah, I don't like taking photos. I'm not a photographer, but like I truly enjoy taking pictures of people and seeing people smile. So like that was like something big for me. Um, one of the biggest highlight was actually getting my credit up. Like learn like that was a highlight of my year. Learning how to move money around, not like anyone knows how to manage money. That you can just hold on to money. Like, that's great. That's an easy way of managing it. But learn how to move money around, learning stocks, like learning that. Building friendship with people that I thought I would never build friendship with. That's what positive about COVID. Like you got to stay home. You got to like if you're an active person on the internet, you're going to like bump. You're not going to bump into them in person. Trust me. But you on the internet, you may get to like politic with them and learn stuff from them. And like if you feel like you and that person share the same thoughts, you guys will be like great. But yeah,
credit up, man. Unfortunately, we live in a world where credit means everything.
yeah, white man paperwork.
Hmm.
Hold on, give me a second. I'm about to call one of my homies for New Year's. Let's see if he answers. Happy New Year's, handsome. How you doing? I'm chilling. I'm with the King of Queens. Yeah. How you doing? Cheers, baby boy. Cheers, love you. What are you doing tomorrow? Linking you. All right, I'm gonna link you. All right, man. Y'all be safe. Enjoy. Love y'all. All right, love y'all. Yeah, that's my homie Will. I love him to death. Wow, we're actually calling people on on our show. I'm surprised people are not calling you. You have your phone on airplane mode?
Yeah. No, I got my shit on D&D.
Oh, but yeah,
yeah, I don't like my phone going off during the podcast.
I put my shit on D&D, yeah, but like I like look at stuff just to see like if like any shit wild happens. But yeah, where could we go from this? Because I don't want to keep talking about COVID. I feel like we could hinder on to like, what was your favorite episode we did together?
Our it would probably have to be the one you brought me in as a guest, where we went on for like 3.5 hours about a lot of shit. we went crazy that episode, man. That
honestly, bro, I just remember
the podcast. So
I think I was still. I mean, I feel like we know what we do now here and like what we bring to the table. I feel like that episode it was like very like rough edge. Like I didn't know what I was getting from you, and you probably didn't know what you was getting from me. And like that episode, I look back at it. I think that episode is actually like one of our most like highest like listened to episodes like of the year. If I could go back, because I just remember like we just like that episode covered a lot because like I didn't expect you to come in here and just like I honestly thought you were just gonna speak for like 40 minutes and just kept it pushing. But like,
nah, man, I have a lot to talk about sometimes.
Yeah. But yeah, to me, I feel like my favorite episode from you, where I felt like you really like shine bright on the episode, was actually our first episode we ever did with Brent. Like seeing you and Brent like have a conversation. I was like, it was a point where I was just sitting there, just listening to you guys talk, and like I felt like I was like, yo, like Edsel is gonna be here for a long time. Like,
yeah,
be here for a while. So, but yeah,
what
was your favorite?
My favorite what?
Like your favorite overall, like you see how I just said like my favorite episode that you did your thing, like What was yours?
Oh, where you did your thing? I would say it was the episode where we brought in Brent and Rios. You know, just seeing how you were able to take in a lot of the advice and recognition that we gave you as an upcoming creative, and the way you handled that episode was super dope. You know, um, you're somebody who you know, sometimes you sit back and don't really think highly of yourself, and you know, I just want, you know, that episode, we really let you know that, you know, you're onto the right path. And you know, just the way you took in that episode, the way you soaked in the moment, you know, that was pretty good. So I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, yeah. That episode, like, I went back. I'm actually. Do you sometimes sit down and listen to some of our whole episodes?
What happened? That's, you know, with all of my, when it comes to all of my things that have audio and video, I don't. I have this thing where I don't.
Yeah, I don't want to look at myself because I don't want to critique myself.
And I also don't like my voice. I
I
hate
don't like my voice either, but
because especially when I start to ramble, I don't like it. Like even the music videos I've done for Brian, like I don't, very rarely do I,
shout out Brian.
because I edit it and I look at it a million times. When it's finally done and on YouTube, I don't look at it.
Yeah,
Other than people sit, like I'm chilling with people and they're like, "Yo, I would like to see your video." You know, other than that, I don't search for my stuff.
Yeah,
That's
to
just
be
me.
real, I don't even go on the page to see how many views we got until like the day I have to upload a new video. Like if, like I have this motto: people are gonna like it or love it. It's either that. It's on the internet for a reason.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, for me is because I spend so much time like editing this shit, and I look at it over and over and over again. You know, I already know the kind of things I have to work on. So having to look back at it again in another platform just kind of, it weirds me out a little bit. But you know, maybe one day I'll sit back and listen to all the episodes since the moment I started being on the podcast to see all the shit that we talk about.
Yeah, I'm looking back. Like I want to go back to COVID, but I want to like go back to like all the wild shit that happened in COVID before like we get to like the protest segment, because we cannot do this episode and not talk about police brutality and all that. But remember, there was a point in COVID where IG Live was probably like the greatest thing alive. Do you remember that?
The Instagram strip club.
Yes,
man, bro, that
got me through some times.
Wow. What a time to be alive, man.
What a time to be alive. Tory Lanez,
we was out here till 3, 4 in the morning, just watching women shake their ass on camera.
Yeah, watching women just be the beautiful thing they are,
and sending them money, sending them our stimulus checks.
No, I ain't sending no woman. I know I said that a lot on this episode. On these episodes, we have to send a woman a stimulus check. It ain't gonna happen anytime soon.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say this. I did see a tweet earlier today where someone was like, "Yo, fellas, in 2021, we gotta stop giving women money." Hear me out, guys. You're giving women money, like directly or indirectly, no matter what you do. You spend time with a woman, you're gonna spend money. You're gonna spend money on her or with her. So it's like we gotta get this notion that we're not paying for women, like we're not buying women anything. It's like, bro, you may not do it, but Derek,
somebody else will.
Derek in 6E or 5E is gonna do it. So let's get this notion out of our head that like, like we gotta stop doing things for women, because I don't think you. And I'm not judging no one sexually, but I do hope like guys that really like women think about this. Like, you do like women.
Yeah, man. Everything we do is for women. We get haircuts for women. We get clothes for women. We get sneakers for women.
You see this? You see this fade right here? I didn't get this shit for Edsel to see.
That's not what you said during pre-production, man. That's crazy.
I definitely did not say anything in pre-production.
Nigga, you said you got sexy for me.
You really think people are gonna believe that, bro? Shout out to this Cleco dude.
I'm gonna start recording our phone conversations.
That's cool. that's oh no, in California, that's a felony.
California, yeah.
That's so weird. California is like the mecca of like Hollywood and shit. And you tell me you can't record it. You can't I don't get it in California. You can't record a phone call, but you can record a court case, like a trial on TV. You can watch somebody court case on TV.
That's a little different though.
No, but still though.
Private court cases are public records.
Nah, but still, I still feel like, yo, not everybody should know this person is a murderer.
Nah, I want to know if you're a murderer. I want to know.
I'm talking about like famous people. Like, you're not an average man is never going to see Jeff Epstein. And RP that sick motherfucker, yes. But yeah, in the early COVID days before like the crisis happened, I was very entertained by what was going on from like that April to like May. Like I would legitimately, I can't front the amount of times I wanted to call a prostitute over to my crib in that time around that time. Son, now that I like that, like yo, I remember I was speaking to this aspiring porn star. And she told me her rates. Edsel, look me in my eyes. Look at me in my eyes right now. Look at me. I almost did it, bro. It was almost there.
That brother's starving.
Huh? Yes. I was
starving.
Nigga, you think I didn't have any women to come to my crib, and my room was messy at that time, and I wasn't cleaning up my room for no woman.
You had no Colombian babes.
Yo, why you always doing this, bro? Like, but yeah, I almost did it. And what made me stop is like I have a group chat with some of the homies, and they dead stopped me. Like only one of my mans was encouraging me, and his name was Stay. I would not mention his name, but he knows who he is. He was the only one that was like on my side because I was dead starving. Shorty was telling me like Shorty said, all you gotta do is just pay me and I'll book the telly and do everything you want for 6 hours. $200 for 6 hours.
She's selling herself short. She need to charge more.
Nigga, what?
$200 for 6 hours? She don't believe in herself.
Nah, I'm guessing the 6 hours. She said $200 for 2 hours.
You could do a lot in 2 hours.
Yeah. First of all, I don't even want to do two. Yo, first of all, I'm gonna be real. Yo, niggas that be saying they having sex for over 45 minutes they're aliens, bro. Because, bro, after like 30 minutes, bro, you're done. Like, if you know what you're doing, if you get into it, you don't need all the minutes, bro. It's like niggas that would play 12-minute quarters in 2K with a max player. Why are you playing that game? Like, why are you playing a My Career game and your player is like maxed out? Like you're that bored. But yeah, I didn't do that. But yeah.
Why does my dad text me from iMessage and WhatsApp?
Because West Indian people are dumb. Sorry to say that, but
hate that shit.
Like my dad doesn't write okay, he writes K. Like he talked to me like I'm some side chick, and I be saying that like, yo, I would slap this nigga.
Wait, does he spell out K as K-A-Y, or does he say
K? He put K in the exclamation point.
Oh wow.
Old ass nigga.
He thinks the exclamation point is gonna make it any better.
Old ass nigga. But yeah. Yeah, I was definitely starving at that time in COVID. I'm not even gonna lie. One thing about me I noticed this year, I accept everything that happened to me. Like in that time being, like I accept everything that happened to me. I remember like just drinking. I was an Alfredo warrior from like April to like mid-May. I was just making Alfredo like every 2 to 3 days.
That was me. But
I was making good Alfredo though. I was making like the good shit. Because I remember I posted on a story and women. I'm not gonna say bitches. I'm trying not to say bitches in 2021.
We don't say bitches no more.
Yeah, we just call them sluts.
And we don't say females.
First of all, yo, this is not yo. Oh man, shout out Clubhouse. Shout out Clubhouse. We'll end the show off with how we got into Clubhouse. Yeah, I was an Alfredo warrior, and then like it made me realize also that like I started like one thing I know I didn't lose was knowing how to make the perfect burger. Like COVID, I kept making the perfect burger. Like I would make Alfredo one night, and then 2 nights I would make Alfredo for for 2 nights, and then like
nigga was out here using hamburger helper.
No, I wasn't. I was actually using ground beef. I refuse to buy a hamburger I refuse to buy hamburger made patty, like the pre-patties.
Yeah.
I refuse to eat that shit. I was so tight I had to eat that shit in Baltimore when I went to Baltimore this year. I was so tight I had to eat that. Because if it was up to me, bro, one thing shout out my ex-girlfriend. She used to buy the patties, but she used to like crush them up and like make it her way again, which was like actually kind of smart. But I'm straight from the I love using ground beef, like pause, but I like doing it myself, using my mom's seasoning and whatnot. I used to put get a little egg, put it inside, just to make the burger taste a little bit good,
I haven't made burgers in a long time, man.
Yeah. What else?
Bro, oh my God. My dad keeps calling me and I told him I'll call you back.
Answer him. Answer him.
No, I'm not gonna answer him.
Come on, we're on the show. I'll call one of the homies. You can't answer Pops?
Nah, I'll talk to him later. I'll tell you after this why I don't like answering the phone on New Year's Day.
Because he talks like a nigga?
He may or may not. Allegedly.
All right, cool.
I really don't like answering the phone on New Year's Day to that man. But
on a serious note, this year was a lot going on. Like it made me understand being a man more and understand like surroundings and like that. Like, yeah, we live in New York. It's diverse here. Beautiful people, beautiful culture. You can literally live in New York your whole life and feel like you've been around the world. But from the outside looking in, like we do deal with oppression and shit. And we both been to like protests. We're both aware of police brutality. So like your thoughts on like, and RIP to, I may mess up all these names, but George Floyd, homie, Breonna, of course, the beautiful Queen Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery. It's a lot of names that happened. A lot of people lost their life in the hands of the police. And your thoughts on that? I know we get upset and get sad, but it's like this is probably gonna be our last time talking about this.
I mean, it's been a long ass year, so you kind of.
I didn't forget. I didn't forget none of that shit though.
Well, I haven't forgotten either, but you just forget, like a lot of the stuff was super recent, I guess I just feel sadness, you know what I mean? Because, our ancestors in the countries where our parents are from had to deal with, especially like my mom being from the Dominican Republic, over there, Trujillo was trying to whitewash the country, was against many of the darker skinned Dominicans, many of the Dominicans of African descent, back in the 40s and 50s, a little bit of the 60s. The ancestors of many in this country as well, a lot of people who are considered ADOS, which are Americans descendant of slaves. Yeah. They dealt with it for 200, 300 something years. And then, you go all the way to the civil rights movement, and you think, well, after this, we're gonna start seeing better days when in reality we won't. We haven't, so to say. And it's just sad because now we're in the 21st century. We're in 2021 now, today, and it's still the same as before. We're looked at still as 3/5 of a man. Um, the moment cops see it's a black person, whether man or woman, they already have their hands on the holster.
That's the
You know, um, the white people, white civilians, look at us in disgust. Although there are many allies, you know, it's just. I guess I don't really have the right words to describe it because it's just so much. You know what I mean? Um, it it was a tough year. It was a tough fucking year. Seeing and already in my mind, I already felt like we were already gonna have protests because people were losing jobs. They didn't know if the government was gonna give us money or what it was gonna look like when we run out of money to give out to civilians. I
true.
thought we were gonna get protests regardless of that. And then to add on, the death of George Floyd, the death of Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, which was covered for like 2 months, they covered that up for like 2 months until the news started spreading like wildfire. Um,
R.P. that young man.
it was, I mean, if you remember, they said that this incident happened in February, but we really started to learn about it between like the end of March, beginning of April. Going to these protests, seeing kids younger than me, 15, 16, 17, 18, taking a stand, being on megaphones, taking a stance, really lit a fire in me and just let me know that the generation that's coming after ours is in really good hands. And, it just lets me know that the battle is never over. It's never truly over. And I can only hope for the best. And I can only hope that one day, um, you know, just like Martin Luther King said, he can hope that his kids don't have to deal with or see the things that we saw and dealt with.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in reality, your question is a little loaded in a way that, it's just a little hard to describe, because it's just so much.
Yeah, I didn't mean to like drop it on you like that, but
No. Listen, you asked an amazing question. You asked a great question, and it's a thought provoking question in a way. Um, and like I said, you can't forget that these things happen, but in a way, the year has been so long and so many other things have happened that it's easy for it to just like leave your mind for a little bit. There's protesters daily in Washington Square Park, Union Square, Grand Army Plaza. In Harlem, there was a protest like the entire summer. Blocked a lot of highways, blocked a lot of streets, and I commend every single one of the youth that was out there. No matter how young or how old, um, we made our voices heard, and um, I don't know when change is gonna come, but I know it's gonna come. I don't know when, I don't know in what shape or form it's gonna come, but it's gonna come. I have faith. I pray for that day to come,
Well,
and
I hope I'm here to see that change. But if I'm not,
absolutely.
I'm happy.
Listen, I can live happy knowing that when I have kids, I'm gonna teach them about what I learned about Martin Luther King, Angela Davis, Assata Shakur, Malcolm X, and the many leaders that came before us, and also, um, um, the leaders of today. I'm gonna make sure I teach them about it, and in hopes that when they grow older and I transition, they take the next mantle. Hopefully, they're part of that group. You know what I mean? And they get to see change, and my grandchildren get to see change.
True.
So, I'll leave it there. I wanted to bring up the whole trial with Breonna Taylor, but this is gonna make me angry, and I'm not.
I'm trying to reflect on the end. I'm not.
But R.I.P. to the beautiful Breonna Taylor, and I wish she was still here.
Yeah.
I wish she were here too.
Just know you live on forever now.
Yeah.
For me, Going to like a protest, it was like very like eye open for me because like obviously like I'm a very social aware person, but like seeing it in real time, like yeah, we saw documentaries of people protesting, we saw movies based on protesting, we saw all of that, but like to be there and seeing people protesting, it was it was a feeling that I couldn't explain till this day because like to see like people I always say like I always find it weird that like it takes a travesty to happen to make people unite. And it should never be like that because like when you were born, we all know what's right and what's wrong. And the fact that like someone has to die to like to remind people that like what's right from wrong is kind of fucked up. But what I noticed also too is like protesting protesting you can't tell people how to protest no matter what you do. You can't tell someone to riot. You can't tell someone not to riot
You
because you
can't
don't
tell
know.
people how to feel.
You can't tell anyone to react when people go through all that trauma. Like it's sad enough that like we only saw what happened to Breonna Taylor because right now it's something that happened to Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, Eric Garner is probably happening right exactly now as I'm speaking to you as you listen to this show and you're listening to this show on your train ride in your car, wherever you listen to. That shit is happening in your neighborhood, your city, all around the world. So it was just like wow, like I can't believe this is happening. Like you know how like we always say like we make progress, we go 5 foot forwards and 10 step back. It's always like that with this police brutality shit. And I notice now it's like I love the generation that like I'm a millennial. You may be considered as a Gen Z kid, but I view you as a millennial. I like that this generation now, like we're holding people accountable for what they did back in the day. Because I don't think the older generation held people accountable for what happened. So yeah, that's just
Yeah,
my I don't
I
want to
mean,
talk that much about it.
the one thing I always say about, I guess my generation, is that um, we we don't take as much bullshit as my generation seems to do or
No, you're very smart.
get put on us. We're very socially aware because we've been able to see a lot of the mistakes that are the generations before us have seen,
Uh-huh.
and the generations before us, aka baby boomers, not necessarily speaking about millennials, so to
Generation
speak,
X and shit.
um, they
Generation, yeah,
a lot of the shit that happens in the world they put on us.
yeah. But
Hold on. What the fuck? Why my cat just ran in my house into my room like that? Oh wow. He scared the cat. Yeah.
I thought somebody just like I thought some stranger like made their way inside of my house, man. The way my cat just ran into my room, bro. Jesus Christ. Um, but yeah, um, I feel like a lot of the stuff that happens in the world they try to put on us,
mm-hmm.
when in reality we're in this situation because of generations before us.
Most definitely.
Like my generation is one of the generations that doesn't really want to have kids, that doesn't really look into marriage and stuff like that. And it's because we've seen the mistakes of our previous generations. We've seen that, like a lot of us are in student debt. A lot of us don't have the best credit. They don't teach us a lot of shit in school. You know what I mean? They want us to have.
It's crazy how I learned about credit in 2 years. That takes someone an average year of 6 years to learn about credit. Now, to be real, I didn't know the value of credit until I turned 27. So I'm not even 26, 27. I didn't know you needed credit to do all this thing. I thought because like my whole life I was taught cash is king. And what
Yeah.
actually it is true. but I feel like you get more far in America for what I know. You get more far in America with credit.
You can't open businesses without credit, man.
Yeah.
So, um, we fall into student debt. We're not properly taught about credit. You need 3 to 5 years experience to get an entry level fucking job. Um, you know, and they put all of this shit on us when like you guys were the stepping stone and you guys are the reason why a lot of the shit we have to go through because you guys created that mantle. And it's like we're trying to tear that down and we're trying to tell y'all no, this is not how it goes. This is not how you should do things. You know what I mean? So, I'm proud. People put a lot of onus on, I guess, being Gen Z, whatever the fuck I'm a part of. They put a lot of negative connotations towards that, but I'm proud of my generation. I'm proud of the things we were able to accomplish. So, you know, fuck baby boomers.
Yeah, all my niggas hate baby boomers. All y'all good for is to have sex.
Basically.
Yeah, but all right, cool. On the brighter note, let's get into like pop culture because that's the deflect of the year. What's your 3 favorite albums of the year? It could be any genre.
Give me 1 second.
It's crazy how I already got my 3.
Let me look back real quick. I guess I will go with Pray for Paris. Pray for Paris is really good. West Side Gun. Wow, a lot of albums came out this year. Let me look through my phone because I just can't remember names. What else? I really enjoyed Alfredo. Is it my top 3? I don't think I'll put that in my top 3. I don't remember how much I listened to Alfredo. All right, I'm gonna be real Spanish with it. I really enjoyed Bad Bunny's album. Yo hago lo que me dé la gana, which means I do whatever I want. I really enjoyed that. I played the shit out of that album. I really enjoyed that. I feel like there's not Take Time. Well, Take Time and When It's All Said and Done by Giveon. Those are 2 different EPs, but I'm gonna package them together. Just because they're EPs and they're kind of short. So I guess just to make it longer, I really enjoyed that project. So those are my 3. I guess I throw in Alfredo as well. I just wanted to throw in something different other than all rap.
Damn, you better than me. Because I'm gonna be a straight up nigga.
I mean, it didn't come out this year, but I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna add this in. I went back and revisited, and Supreme Clientele is a perfect album. Supreme Clientele is a perfect album.
Yeah, the album is 20 years old.
Bro, that album, I went back and listened to it, and I was like, Jesus Christ, he really had one with this one. So Supreme Clientele is it's one of the top albums I listened to this year, whether it came out this year or previously.
Damn, for me, in that sense, for me, I was listening to in COVID, bro. For some reason, I was listening to Mad 3-6, mad hardcore music. But
yeah,
my 3 favorite albums this year: Price of Tea in China by Boldy James.
Boldy's nice.
Boldy James was the hardest rap line of the year. He said, "When your wife is a rich bitch, you learn to treat hoes different." I can't wait till when I get to that level when I meet a woman that's way more successful than me. And when I'm thinking about cheating on her, I would just disrespect women that's not on her level. Price of Tea in China, Alfredo, and Lil Baby's My Turn. I gave that shit a spin the other day.
Lil Baby had a good year.
I listened to it 4 times in one day. I listened to it when I was working out at the gym, listened to it on the way to work, listened to it partially on my lunch break, and then I listened to it on my way home. And it was a really good album. So yeah, what else? What else can we talk about before we wrap this?
Jay Electronica had a solid album.
Yeah, but Jay Electronica. He's a really great rapper. I don't expect nothing
Royce the 5'9" had a really good album too.
I didn't listen to Royce album this year. I listened to his previous album.
It came out early in the year.
The Book of Ryan, I listened to that. I really love that album.
But that was a really good album, man.
Yeah, but what I was saying,
is that a new Gulag? Do we have a new Gulag?
Oh shit!
There's a new Gulag.
Yeah, niggas. Call of Duty.
No, not that one. This is completely different. Because that's for Birth
Black
Island. Never mind. That's the Gulag for Birth Island. Not Verdansk. Oh wow.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say, did you go anywhere this year? I feel like I went a lot of places this year.
I did Bear Mountain for a day, and then I went to this place called Malone, all the way upstate in New York. It's like maybe 2 hours from the border of Montreal. We actually almost drove into the border of Montreal, which is funny. Like I got the text and everything.
So you was near Demamora and shit? What? You was near Demamora?
Maybe I was. I didn't see that on the map, but I was basically I think that's Plattsburgh near there. I'm gonna let you know right now. Just know the shit was Trump Town. Super Trump Town, bro. Yeah, I was near Denamora. Yeah. So we drove through Denamora, and then we drove. This is near Plattsburgh, so it's like 30 minutes from Plattsburgh. And then like if we wanted to go to Montreal, it was definitely like an hour away. But that was a trip. We went there for a hiking trip, and it was pretty dope. Needed that trip to clear my mind, get the fuck out of New York. Well, the city. But it was Trump Town, so that was a little, scary. It's dark as fuck over there at nighttime. I don't like that. But yeah.
For me, all right. I started off the year. Obviously, I went to Memphis. Then I chilled. We was locked down COVID. I ended up going to Baltimore, DC for my sister's Christina's birthday. We had fun there. I've been to LA. No, I actually went to Bear Mountain on fucking Juneteenth. I went to Philly also for a day. Then I went to LA. I'm actually gonna go back. I'm thinking about going back to LA. Even though LA's on lockdown, I gotta go. I just need some time away from this city. I know, granted, like it's the same shit, but it's just like that time when I went to LA like a month ago. I actually, bro, what song was in my head as the moment I landed? I know you're gonna get upset. At me. Doja Cat Say So. That, bro, I don't care what anybody say. That's a beautiful song, bro. Granted, she dissed your boy Nas. She said niggas ain't shit, and she been showing feet in the racist chat room.
Racial feet.
Yeah, her foot is disgusting. I can't. I would never suck her toes.
My racial feet was out here showing toes, man.
Yeah, when I landed in LA, I was listening like that song was in my head. I was like, even if you know it, I want you never show it.
That song was everywhere, man. You can't.
That song is a beautiful song. I know she's a piece of shit. I get it, bro. I get it. She's a piece of shit, but that's a beautiful song. But yeah, man. Before we wrap this up, what do you want for 2021? You don't like it don't have to be something big. It could just be peace of mind, more residuals, a better camera. Like, what do you want for 2021?
More peace of mind, definitely, for sure.
Lots of Yo, fuck that. That was my favorite episode. That's my favorite cover ever. Like, you went, I just want to say, I come up with the name, Edsel come up with the pictures. It goes hand in hand. I come up with the name of the episode, Edsel come up with the picture.
Yo, oh my God, that was the best cover to date. That I don't know how I came up with that cover,
By
but
far.
I was on a different zone when I made that cover, bro. Oh man, that was a beautiful cover.
I just remember like Edsel was like, yo, it was so real. I didn't even have to remind Edsel to give me the cover when I was doing the upload. Edsel sent everything in advance and he said, yo, you're gonna like this one. And I was like, nah, if he's working this hard, that means it's a good one. Because Edsel, I'll let you guys know, we're not perfect, but Edsel Debbie sent me the cover at fucking 8:30 in the morning. he's a man. He I'm not mad at it. It's just funny.
At least I wake up 30 minutes before the upload to make the cover. At least I do that because I could be waking up 2 hours after and fuck up the whole shit.
Yeah, so yeah. But yeah, what do you want
gonna have
2021?
Nah, real quick before I do that. The original idea was to take the picture of them walking in the airport holding hands with the image of Denzel as Malcolm X from when he said that brother's starving, like in the sky, kind of looking at him like God. You know, I was like, I can't do that. This is too corny. I don't know how I came up with that.
Everybody was like, yo, why y'all doing this? Like, people was like, why are you doing that cover? And I'm like, yo, bro. I was like, yo. Our goal, our thing is to entertain people as they listen.
Bro,
so see that cover, just
I don't know if I'll ever be able to make a cover as good as that, bro. I don't know if I'll ever be able to make a cover as good as that. Something crazy has to happen.
Yeah, something's gonna happen. But yeah,
But to answer your question, I'm adding to my career, and I want to do brand marketing, and taking the steps necessary. Taking the steps necessary to go in that field. I actually want to finish my current degree and then go to school for brand marketing. I know you don't necessarily have to go to school for that.
I'm 100% behind you. That
I don't know what other route to take in order to get into brand marketing. So that is something. That's the route I'm going to take for now, and I'm just going to connect with people and see what I get from there.
Nah, no homo. My skincare routine looking impeccable, bro.
You shining. You shining on the middle of your forehead, man, right on the hairline.
Yeah, I'm looking like one of them ones. I hate that. Cause of motherfucking Clubhouse, I hate that saying. One of them ones. I hate that shit so much. I don't even want to talk about Clubhouse. I don't even want to talk about Clubhouse at the show. But what I want,
man, I've been on Clubhouse so much this week, bro.
Yeah, I know. I see you running rooms. I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you.
I mean, I ran that room at Ari with Ari.
You're doing great, bro.
That's a story for another day, man. I have a lot of feelings towards that room.
This is just reflection. We don't gotta talk about what we did 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So, what I want for 2021, obviously, I want us to take this show to newer heights. I want also to be more consistent going to the gym. Obviously, I want to take.
Got to stop drinking alcohol.
Bro, this is like my first time drinking alcohol and probably I haven't ever since they closed the bars down in New York. I don't drink alcohol anymore, bro. And to be real, I drink a lot of water. It looks like I drink a lot of sweet.
This might be the only time in this podcast where y'all see me drink something else other than water.
Yeah. The next time you're gonna see me drink this is on June 26th on this show. I'm gonna let you know. On Juneteenth.
It is. I miss Long Island iced teas.
Damn, nigga, what are you in prison? What the fuck are you drinking?
Long Island iced teas.
But
listen, man. I'm a product of the hood, bro.
I also want peace of mind. I also want to I want to actually start doing more photo shoots in 2021.
Yes. I want to step out of your comfort zone, my brother. Yes.
I actually want to do more this year. Obviously, not to brag, I'm always gonna have fly shit on me. So it's I hate when people say, "Yo, you're gonna be flyer next year." That doesn't matter. I could care less about all these sneakers that's in this room. I actually want to take myself and make myself more of a brand. When you see me, you think of a brand. When you see Edsel, you think of a brand. I want to take myself to newer heights. So that's what I want for 2021. Besides that, I don't really carry resolution. Because to me, my New Year's resolution always been to make $1,000 more than what I made the year before. That's been my resolution since I was 19. I'm 29 now. In 6 months.
Another thing I want to do, just to add on real quick, and I think I have 2 resolutions. But this first one isn't really a resolution, but it's more something that I want to continue doing. Creative direction is something I want to continue to focus on, as well as styling. I want to learn how to properly style. That's something I want to do just to further my art. And as a resolution, obviously, is always going to be save more money, but I also want to write more. I want to write more. I want to read more. And that's it for me, really.
Yeah. I just want to say, before this wrap up, Edsel, happy birthday again.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
I always just say, without you, this show would have been buried at like episode 22. Without you is no Overfood podcast, and that's probably the biggest highlight of my year as like a creator.
That actually means a lot to me, bro. I'm actually glad that.
Like, I'm actually happy that like you stuck around, because like quiet as kept, we never bump heads, but like it's sometimes, bro. Like I will like get up and like start to do the show, and I was like, I don't even want to do this shit, but it's like Edsel's here, so it's like I feel like, like when LeBron first year in Cleveland back, when he would just sit out and like Kyrie there, he gonna do his thing. Mm-hmm. It's like it's times where I was just sat there like, I know Edsel got me, so it's like all I have to do is just show up and just like point him in the direction, because point him in the direction, and like I'll take his lead and vice versa. So like without you, bro, this show would not be where it is. And without you, I probably wouldn't be the photographer I am today. I would not buy that 50 millimeter Canon f1 1.8 ST. I would not buy that without you.
That means a lot to me, for real. There's times where I think I talk too fucking much, so who the fuck wants to hear me talk? So, I appreciate you, getting me on this platform, because it's always something I wanted to do. And it's been a stress reliever for me.
Yeah. Like I remember you was like, yo, like you hit me up the other day. He's like, yo, are we gonna do the pod? And I was like, wow, he wants to do the pod. This is how I know like he's really serious about this.
So, just super grateful to you, bro. I'm glad you stuck around to do photography, because I know at one point you said you considered not really taking it serious. So I'm glad you are.
Like, I bro, because like I didn't. Yeah. I never came in thinking like, because originally, bro, I'm happy that it's right here in front of me. I bought this camera in November of 2019. The photos that you see of me in California in November 2019 all stem from this motherfucking film camera right here. This is a Pix Flash. Well, Helena Anso Pix Flash camera. It's a traditional point and shoot. I have yet to. This was my first camera. It was $23 on Amazon. I went from that to a Canon Short Shot within 2 months. After that, I went from that to a Canon Rebel G. Lord knows, if it wasn't for this man that I'm looking at right there, it would not be. I would not be taking photos every 2 weeks, getting a roll developed. I would not be going to Photo Life in Brooklyn getting my film developed. I would not be taking my camera with me every single day of the week taking photos. So when people give me compliments about my photos, I feel like I owe it to him and not myself.
That's a lot of praise, bro. But you need to give yourself a little more credit, because you've trained your eye. You've gotten your eye to where it is now, and it's only a matter of time until you just blow the fuck up, bro. So give yourself a little more credit than that, man. For real.
No, but I have to be honest with this situation, because without you, Brent, my homie V-Lens, I probably would not take photography serious.
Yo, shout out to V, man. I haven't seen that man in like a year.
I always knew how to use a camera phone. I always knew how to like center a picture right. but that was never something that was in me to do. That's why I tell people that was never a thing that I was trying to do. And now that I noticed that, like, yo, this can be something that I can, like, for instance, my homie Will that I called earlier in the show, like, he told me, like, straight up when we chilled on Christmas Eve last week, he was like, yo, bro, you do a lot of cool shit with this picture shit. You got to start, like, taking it serious. And like with Will, he's very passionate. So I know, like, when he's telling someone something, it comes from the heart. So, like, I was shocked that he even thought about that, because I really don't expect my homies to view my work the way how, like, someone I don't know view. So, like, when someone tells me that, it's like, wow, I'm blown away. Like, because you gotta realize, I still think about myself as that little kid that was roaming Broadway back in 2010. Like, I still view myself as that little boy walking down Broadway, cutting up to fucking Prince just to chill in front of the Huff store on Crosby. So that's it. Any last words before we end this piece off?
I'm ready for 2021, man. That's pretty much it, man. And love, peace, and blessings to everyone who made it.
Miami, text me.
Peace, love, and blessings to everyone who made it this far.
Infinity blessings. And yo, to everybody, like, if you got drama with somebody and you feel like you guys can hash it out, put your pride to the side and hash it out. Like, there's no need. It's like, if you're older, age of 23 or older, you should man up and try to, like, end conflicts with people. So that's what I.
Also, if we almost lost you this year, I'm glad you're here. You make the world go.
Shout out to everyone we lost. Shout out Chadwick, Kobe, Pop. The list goes on. You guys will always live with us forever. Especially Kobe. Kobe means a lot. Without Kobe.
Shout out Kobe. We love you. We miss you.
Yeah. Your greatness would never be forgotten. I mean. And yeah. And happy birthday to this gentleman again, sipping on his Clico. Please leave your StockX fucking tag in 2020. Please, I do not want to see no motherfucking StockX tags. You are too grown to be wearing your fucking StockX tag out on the streets. And you can, and what makes it worse, niggas buy Hirachis with their stock and keep their StockX tags on it. Niggas make me. Yeah, but yeah. This is the Overfood Podcast, episode 45. Happy New Year's 2021, the year of the savage.
I want to take you on a Cheetos and ramen date.
Wow, Edsel, fuck. Yeah, guys, peace out.